And we are live.
Hey guys, welcome back to Critically Crypto. Today we're gonna have a really interesting show, so stay tuned. Crypto Beige is gonna join, but we're gonna talk about some really cool NFT stuff. So I'm gonna share my screen. Hey Crypto Beige. You're good. You're good.
Welcome everyone to Critically
Crypto.
I'm your co-host, Crypto Beige.
And I'm your other co-host, Kaylee.btc. You guys can call me Kaylee.
And we are here to teach you how to do your own research and while dropping alpha along the way. So Kaylee, tell me, how has your week been this week?
It's been a crazy week. NFT NYC. I didn't attend, but attended some really cool party. And we have some great news for you guys, some crazy news.
We have so much is going on. So much is going on. A lot of talk. There could be a changing of the tides here in the crypto space or in the NFT space. Man, I'm just like, I have so much to tell you guys, but I'm like, kind of like, where do we even begin? Where do we begin? So let's start with the top 10. Is that where we're starting today, Kaylee?
Yeah, let's start with the top 10.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to give you the OpenSea top 10. And give me 1 second here, and we are going to get down to it.
And there were a lot of jokes made about people's PFPs not being worth 100K no more, being salty at NFT NYC.
Yes, I mean, that's a lot because obviously because of the market that we are in right now, that's just what it is. That's just where we are. And you know, it's just one of those things. So let's get into the top 10. Can you see my screen, Kaylee?
Yes, I see your beautiful screen.
Okay, great. And I just want you to know that I do not see you on camera. I see your emoji representative. So, number 1 in the last 7 days is Bored Ape Yacht Club. And again, guys, I go to OpenSea.io. I go to the let me show you where I go. To the stats, we go to rankings, and I make sure that it says over the last 7 days. Whew, I feel like it's been so long.
It does feel long, even though it's been a week. It feels weird.
It's been so much going on. Okay, so, all right. So we're going to change this from 24 hours to, Lord, I don't know, it's moving a little slow. I'm moving a little slow right now, but we have a lot to share with you this week, and I want you to definitely, if you're here live with us, please like this video. Yes. Make sure that you share this video and let folks know, because we have some great stuff to talk to you about. Now, for whatever reason, my screen is just acting up, so I'm going to try it one more time, and if it continues, then I'm gonna flip it over and ask Kaylee to do her top 10 right now, and that is exactly what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen, and Kaylee, can you take it from here, and I will get my stuff together.
No worries, no worries. Alrighty, guys, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. Cool, guys. So right now, these are the top stacks collection. So we're going to start with the top 10. So number 1, we have Saint Collection by Dr. Suss. Floor price is 555 stacks. The volume today is 2,197 stacks, and they're up 100%. Number 2 is Built on Bitcoin 1000 True by Jake Blockchain, a podcaster who does podcasts on stacks. The floor price for his collection is 50 stacks. The volume is 800 stacks, and it's currently up 100%. Number 3, we have Bitcoin Monkeys. So Bitcoin Monkeys, their floor price is 670 stacks. Total sales, 700 stacks. And I see they're up 100%. Again, these are some minimal sales. Number 4, we have Satoshiables. So their floor price right now is 422 stacks, and they're up 100% today in total sales. Number 5, we have Madstar H-Back Whales Club. Their floor price is 50 stacks, rising from the past few weeks. Total sales 369 stacks, and they're up 652%. Number 6, we have Minotauri. So their floor price is 60 stacks. They're up 27.4% today. Number 7, we have the Explorer Guild. The floor price is 90 stacks. They're up 68%. And number 8, we have Slime Components and Minions. This was an airdrop from Mutant Monkeys. So if you leveled up your Mutant Monkey to a certain level, you were whitelisted for this airdrop. So you might want to check your wallet if you haven't checked your wallet in a little bit. Again, their floor is 70 stacks. Their total sales is 99%. Number 9 is Mutant Monkeys. So their floor price is 124 stacks, and they're down 85% today. Number 10, we have Macaws from Stacks Parrots, the OG collection. Floor price is 999 stacks, and their total sales is up 100%. So we're seeing the daily average here on the right-hand side, which is really cool. All right. I mean, right now, we don't really see too much movement. Saint by Dr. Sus is number 1 today. He was at the mega party, so that was a lot of meeting people and networking. So I know his collection is really popular, so I can only imagine where it's going to be in the next few months. So that is pretty cool.
He was at the mega party where?
Oh, I'll show you in a second. The mega party, guys, is the Megapon NFT NYC party. So it was one of the like official Stacks NFT parties in New York. So it was pretty cool. Dr. Sus he has a rainbow visor and a white lab coat, and he takes his persona very seriously. Really cool guy, really nice. So we'll have some pictures for you guys to see in a moment.
Okay, Kaylee has she hit the streets. All right, she hit the streets, and she's making it out to some different events that were happening at NFT NYC. And so I'm sure she has some more stories to tell you about that. So in the meantime, I'm actually now going to share my screen, and we're going to get into the Ethereum top 10. And listen, you guys, while I was at actually, I think it's up, so I will get into the top 10. All right, so number 1 is Bored Ape Yacht Club with a floor price of 91 Ethereum. It is down 37% this week, and hopefully it will drop further because we got some stuff to tell you about Bored Ape Yacht Club. We done seen this documentary, and we want to tell you about how we really feel about it, and all the details coming up soon. Number 2, we have CryptoPunks. It is down 51%. Obviously, the floor price isn't listed because people who hold CryptoPunks actually don't list their floor price. They kind of do like private sales. But we can see over here in the corner that the volume is up 180% this week. And can you see me okay, Kaylee?
Yes, I can see your screen okay.
All righty, just making sure. Right, number 3 is the other deed by Other Side. It is down 35% over the last 7 days with a floor price of 2.55 Ethereum. But the volume is up 384%. All right, number 4 is Doodles. Doodles is up 121% over the last 7 days, which is at a floor price of 12.65 Ethereum. They announced this week that Pharrell will be taking over and leading their creative direction, which is really, really cool. And it is down as far as volume, 23% this week. At number 5, we have Mutant Ape Yacht Club, which is also down over the last 7-day period at 45%. The floor price is currently at 18 ETH, and it is up 24% as far as volume is concerned. Then we have Moonrunners, which is new to the top 10, and it is at a floor price of 0.54 Ethereum. And we're going to go to number 7, the Duplicator, which is basically a derivative project from Doodles. And it is up 399% this week at a floor price of 2.2 Ethereum. Number 8 is this project, a Solana project called Primates. And it is down 30% this week with a floor price of 27 Solana, which last time I checked was around $30 to $35 for one Solana. And it is down the overall, the volume is down 19%. Number 9 is Art Blocks. I don't know if we've talked a lot about Art Blocks here on this channel, but it's pretty much a mainstay platform for artists, and they kind of curate different releases. And so they are debuting Art Blocks Curated, I guess this week, with we don't have a floor price, but I mean, actually, the Art Blocks Curated, it was not debuted this week, sorry. But I guess they're not listing the floor price. I have to see what that is really all about, but it's up 61% over the last 7 days, and it is the volume is down 27%. And number 10 is Azuki. Now, Azuki was number 1 for a while, and you know that they had all that controversy around the founder making multiple projects and all that kind of stuff. We kind of covered that. But as you can see, they're actually number 10 this week. So they are down 0.22% over the last 7 days. Their floor price is 11 Ethereum. And it's up in volume 20%. So that is your OpenSea top 10.
Awesome. Some shifts, some movements. So let's talk a little bit more about NFT NYC. All right, Crypto BJ, you attended NFT NYC. How were the vibes? Like, how was the whole atmosphere at NFT NYC? You know, what panels did you attend?
So, y'all, listen, it was so much going on. I personally feel like New York City is not the best place to have a conference because it's just too much to actually attend. So you just have to do your best to get to as many events as possible. They had a lot of the events at the Marriott Marquis, which is in 42nd Street. And then they had other events at Radio City Music Hall, and you could kind of go back and forth between the two. Now, the Marriott Marquis, I mean, there were events over like 7 floors, okay, of events. And it's basically, there were maybe 5 of those floors were vendors across all of the floors. So it was like, you could just get sidetracked with all the vendors and different projects that had tables and never even make it to the actual panel discussions, because that's just how like so much was going on. I mean, you know, you run into somebody, you start having a conversation, you're just at a table, you start talking to the people at the table, and then you're like, oh my God, that 10-minute, you know, discussion or 15-minute discussion has already ended. over at Radio City Music Hall, I went to some of the wearable NFT, the fashion NFT conversations, because I'm really interested to know what's going on in that space and to see how different fashion brands are going to jump into the space. Are they going to be really authentic? Are they going to offend everyone? I'm kind of just interested to see, how they enter the space. And I actually went to, so Gucci partnered with the 10KTF project, which we've talked about and on this channel. And they have an NFT called Gucci Grails. So basically, if you, so with the 10KTF project, you can have, you can get a garment that is blank. So a blank hat that's just white, or a shirt, and then you can merge it with another PFP project. And so one of the PFP projects that you can merge it with, which Gucci Girls isn't a PFP project, but it's another collaboration. You can merge it with a Gucci Grill. So then your actual hat or shirt would then have the design of the Gucci design, basically. And so I went to their, they had an event. And so I made sure I went there, which was very, very dope. It wasn't, it was a lot of, artists, like trendsetter folks that were in that group. But let me tell you how many events I went. Let me tell you all the events I went to, okay, over the 3-day period that was NFT NYC. LA Tech Runs, which is a DAO that, or Tech Runs, right, which is a DAO that merges basketball, mindfulness, and crypto. They had a basketball game and yoga experience. So I went there. I went and stopped by Empire DAO and ended up in a stacks training. Right, for clarity. And now I'm super excited. And listen, you guys, like, I'm like, why aren't there more stacks smart contract engineers? I mean, the program is free. It's 6 weeks. You can do it online or you can do it in person in Miami. I'm like, listen, like, we need to be on this. So y'all, if you're interested, I'm actually gonna, I was gonna pull it up. I don't need to pull it up though. Maybe I will. If you guys are interested, write it in the comments below. I'll send you the link to get all the information on stacks, because it's like, if you're going to program smart contracts, right? If you're going to write smart contracts, shouldn't you write it on top of Bitcoin? Like, that's going to be here, as opposed to like some of the other places that we don't know if their blockchain is going to, stand the test of time. I mean, that was like a no-brainer to me. I made it to Her DAO's event. Her DAO is a collective of women developers. And so, like, women, if y'all out there, if y'all developers and y'all, or you're creators of projects, like, get with them. They have grants. So we got to see some of the different projects that women were working on, and that was amazing. I went to OK Coins event. They have partnered with a BFF NFT. I don't know if you know that is, but like all these people talking about Sausage Fest and events at NYC NFT. And let me tell you, it was like 95% women at this event, right? But maybe because it's BFF NFT, it's like, oh, we're BFF friends and everything forever. But that event was popping. It was on a rooftop, but it was just like good vibes. Okay, I went to a Mint Black event. They are a group that brought Warren Buffett's daughter into NFTs, and also Jim Jones, the rapper, into NFTs, and some other people. Cool Cats pop up. It was so cute. It was like
stories about that.
It was cool. So cute. It was like they really went out. They went out of their way to like really like curate the event decor. So it was like you had to go around and you had a little bracelet, and it you got to get like different coins, and then the coins allowed you to get merch or food, and it was super cute. It was like if I were to say like Hello Kitty reimagined, for Cool Cats, like Fantasyland. And I was like a huge like Hello Kitty, Bats Maru like fan when I was a kid. So anyway, it helped me to relive that. I'm trying to get through these events for y'all. I went to Waconomy House. Waconomy is a NFT platform for creators, Black creators, right? NFT creators. The person who created that, her name is River. That's for us, you know, because she wants to support and be a launch pad for people of color. So went there. They had a whole house in Harlem. They had a recording studio that was free for anyone who wanted to record. They had wellness events. I mean, they had a lot going on. All right. Let's
sound
see.
amazing.
All of these sound right.
I want to let me share my screen real fast. I do want to show you guys when Crypto VJ is talking about all these events. It was literally a takeover event for New York City.
Yes.
Let's show some stuff.
Yes.
So every single billboard in Times Square was basically an NFT advertisement. This is literally what it looked like. You can't go anywhere. You can't go at least a foot without seeing an NFT ad for Bored Ape Yacht Club, World of Women, the NFT NYC panel guest. It was crazy.
It was everywhere. I mean, even, you know, so funny. I was walking down the street and it was a Vampire Syndicate, which is a food truck. And Vampire Syndicate is an NFT project. And I was just like, you know, because I had my badge, they were like, oh, you can get free tacos. And I'm like, actually, I'm a holder of Vampire Syndicate. I have that because I was a part of another NFT project that was a collab with 888. Anyway, so like, you know, we were walking down the street, getting free cookies, getting free food. You know, it was just like an amazing, really amazing experience. And I was telling Kaylee, like, there was just so many satellite events. So you have the conference, and then you have a lot of projects who are also promoting whatever they're doing along the conference. And so you're trying to make it to some of those events in addition to the actual events of the conference. Kaylee made it to an event, and I want her to tell you guys a little bit about that one.
So guys, I did not go to NFT NYC this year, definitely going next year. We're gonna attend way more conferences next year. We're gonna talk a little bit more about Megapont. I do want to just briefly talk about some interesting stuff that may have happened along the way. Apparently there was a protest in New York City. I'm not sure exactly why, but there was a group of protesters protesting NFT NYC. So that was really interesting to see.
It's like, does God really hate NFTs? Like, why would God hate NFTs?
Mind you, these are smart contracts made from math. So it's like, what? Very interesting, very interesting. But so guys, I did go to the mega party from the Megapont Ape Club, which was freaking fantastic. Let me know if you guys can hear this.
Yes. Oh, I'll let you know. Yes, we can hear it.
Yes, so guys, so this was an event collaboration between Megapont, Gamma.io, which is an NFT marketplace on Stacks, and Creeps, which is an ETH NFT project. So this was really cool. So I got to attend this. I was in NYC for a day, and the party was crazy. This is like one of the first major Stacks NFT party events. So good energy, good vibes. Like Crypto BJ said, when you own these NFTs, you have some really cool utility. Like just by owning the NFT, you get access to free merch, free food, free drinks. You get to meet people. And that's one of the best things. You can actually meet people who share the same love for Bitcoin and NFTs and Web3. So that's really cool. You get to network with people, and it's just on a whole nother level. So I would say if you guys are trading NFTs and you want to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, definitely budget for these conferences and these events, because they're a once in a lifetime opportunity. They really do open your eyes to the space. It's really cool.
And you get to be a part of the actual community in real life, which is what a lot of people enjoy as well. It's like, it's cool to like see these people or talk to them online, but it adds another aspect to it when you get to meet them in person. I've even gotten to meet like Trex from our channel. You know, he came out, he was there, and we hung out. We went to the Cool Cats event, and we went to another event, and we get to vibe, and talk crypto. And again, a lot of people, you don't have a large community of people that you might be able to vibe with, and that can spar with you, to spar with you about your different ideas about where crypto is going, where NFTs are going. And so this is it. This is the place where you go and meet other like-minded folks.
Yep. That was literally cool. And then I know we talked about the events. So here's a sheet of events that happened during NFT NYC. So it's really cool. Basically, this is a list from the period over the like 2 to 3 day period. Really cool. So you have events like the Zen Lounge venue that was near Union Square, comedy shows, NFT Wednesdays on Hudson Park. You have a lot, really it ranges. And like you said, there are so many places or so many events to attend that it's packed full. You really have to set a schedule and make plans to attend a lot of them. You can't make all of them, but you can make enough of them.
And you have to leave space. Yeah, you have to leave space to just have random things happen too, right?
Yeah.
So you have, like as you meet people, like I met some people at Consensus and we ended up bumping into them, and maybe I'm supposed to be at an event, but like, hey, we just ended up having a hour conversation, so you got to kind of leave room for that as well. But yeah, this is like we have different like satellite event documents that kind of like people start passing around, and so then they can RSVP ahead of time, and so like I guess since the community is very tech forward, it's just very organized and succinct with links, and like this is something that like a resource that's been shared with a lot of people in the space, and just so that you can kind of, like she said, plan your week accordingly.
Yep. And then let's show you guys some of these NFT parties or satellite, like the offsite parties that we didn't attend, but other people attended. So here was the Azuki official event, which was really cool. So here are some photos from their event. So again, owning these NFT projects really does give you utilities outside of the digital world, which is really cool.
Yes. And so if you're like, again, this was the time for any NFT project and if you're like a creator and you're thinking about like, how you want to create your own NFT project, your community is kind of like going to these events and expecting, to be able to meet, the rest of their community at these events. So even like, I didn't get to make it to the V Friends event, and they didn't have a big event because they just had the conference, but they had like a little coffee. If you want to stop by for coffee and breakfast and you're a V Friends member, it was a free breakfast for you. And so you can, as a creator, you can think of small things. You can partner with other people with events so that you can also have like a presence at one of these conferences as well, to get the word out about your project or to even grow your community even further.
Yes, I also want to show this video about the Goblintown NFT holders. Okay. They were acting kind of crazy. I heard they were throwing hamburgers at people, acting a little strange.
Goblin-y.
Yeah. So, people want to buy, this is their time to degen out. So, we're seeing this.
Oh my gosh. All different types of communities. If you're a straight-laced person, or if you want to just kind of have your little undercover identity and just wild out and have a good time and be silly, all of these communities exist within the NFT space, and when they get together, you can kind of just like wild out. However you see fit.
Bored Ape Yacht Club, which we're gonna talk about. they had their event with featured Snoop Dogg and Eminem. They actually released a music video, which we'll touch on in a second. They had their Ape Fest at Pier 17. So it really did look cool. I won't lie. Let's see if this loads.
It was a multiple day event, Ape Fest. It was a multiple day event. So like, again, that was its own little thing outside of the conference, outside of even all the other satellite events that you could just be there for hours at Ape Fest.
Forget Coachella. NFTs are gonna Coachella had NFT NYC had nothing on Coachella. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, they also had Questlove perform one of the days as well. I ran into some people that went in an elevator, and they were giving me the lowdown of their experience, and they were kind of there was the rumors the whole week of Snoop was going to be there, so I'm happy they fulfilled their promise, or they were going to have some angry people.
Yeah, I saw there was a doppelganger of him going around. His name was like Snog. It was a reverse of his name.
Yes.
And everybody was sharing it, and they're like, "Is this guy supposed to be Snoop? What's going on?" I thought Snoop was gonna come. So that was interesting.
Yeah. A lot of people who aren't real fans would see Snoop, and I didn't think the fake version of Snoop looked like Snoop. He probably wasn't as tall as Snoop, but for folks that are kind of like not that familiar with who he is, cause they, and I don't know what his voice sounds like, if he sounds like, Snoop talks a certain way, so I don't know, but there was a lot of people that were fooled.
He doesn't have a certain voice. The way his raspy voice, he sounds a certain way.
Oh yeah. So Ape Fest looked like it was lit.
Yep. Oh, and the song. This was the album cover. The song cover for the song that they released, and we'll just quickly look over it. Don't want to get copyright, but just showing it a little bit. No sound here, guys, but just to check this out a little bit.
And also Snoop is a BASE holder, so he definitely is going to work the IP of his particular ape the best way he can, because he wants to make his ape famous. Yeah.
Yes, let's jump into Bored Ape Nazi Club. Let me stop sharing.
I love that. So, all right, y'all. There's a documentary out there that was put out about a week ago that breaks down how the founders of Bored Ape Yacht Club, which you call BASE for short, are really nerd trolls that are racist. And really, this was some kind of joke to them to kind of like troll people into loving this collection, even though it's really supposed to be like making fun of people without them really even knowing and understanding. And so it's an hour-long documentary. It's free. And I mean, it goes into the details of like just even the hats that the apes are wearing, right? These hats are Prussian hats, and all definitely you can see their direct replicas of people from Nazi Germany. I mean, there's logos that were used from also new Nazis and people from the white supremacy groups. Even like this is an example of the BASE logo, and this is the older versions of like other white supremacy groups that they modeled their logo after. And so they go into more details about just the comparisons of the things that they've done as far as the branding, and the moves that they've made and the people that they've partnered with, that kind of just shows how basically racist that they are. And so the documentary is there to say like, well, what do you think? What do you believe? And, to me, it's very apparent. There are a lot of Black people have mentioned to me when we're talking about BASI, that it made them uncomfortable. But I was kind of just like, I try to make light of it. Not, like maybe it is, but I'm not an investor in BASI. So it's not like I was, supporting them in general. So I didn't have a strong interest in, dissecting this. But because they're a huge part of the NFT community, Yuga Labs, they're creating a metaverse that's supposed to be really popular. This is huge news because, as you saw, they're in the top 10. And so, and those NFTs are worth a lot of money. But something like this could have their floor price drop dramatically if people actually were able to understand and see that this is very just like a racist mockery of people of color. So, Kaylee, I want to hear your thoughts on it. And if you could, there's at 50 minutes, if you could just stop at 50 minutes. I did want to share that as well. Just play a short clip from that point. But that's not has anything to do with a race, but it has everything to do with how marketing can promote these projects. I mean, the marketing behind promoting these projects and how it can basically skew the values and the popularity of an NFT project. But Kaylee, before we get into that, what do you think after watching this documentary about it being, these being racist people that are trying to make fun of people like us? What do you think? And using people like us to promote it. Mm-hmm.
I think it's alarming, and I think social media doesn't help. Like, sometimes people will jump on the bandwagon too soon. And, I've been a victim of this. Other people have been a victim of this. So I've watched the documentary from start to finish, and there's a lot of, I guess you could call like coincidences and a lot of parallels, a lot of entendres. Like it doesn't look good at all. It looks really bad. And sometimes, people have even said, well, maybe this is just a coincidence. And it's like, sometimes coincidences do happen, but a lot of parallels, a lot of recurring themes and patterns, it does not bode well at all. And sometimes, some other things is just like, if you are a good person, it's really easy to think other people will not do certain things, but sometimes you need to remember that, who you are is just who you are, and who other people are is just how they are. So, always, I know it sucks to give people the benefit of the doubt, but things like this do happen. And, you have to really do your research on projects like this. But this documentary really opened my eyes to the nonsense. I have no idea how this project's gonna probably grow after this. I think a lot of celebrities will probably get rid of their board of yacht clubs because they don't want to be affiliated with a racist group. And it's just really alarming to me. I'm really shocked. I had no idea until I watched this. I'm just like, wow, there's a lot of reoccurring themes that just, even the headwear, there's certain headwear that is modeled after, Nazi Germany, and a lot of racist things done to people of color and women. And it's
what colonizers wore when they cut off people's hands. I mean,
the Nazi soldier helmet. It's just, it does not look good. And it's not a good thing at all. And I feel it's really disheartening because, this is the NFT space, and we're here to change things. So when one person or a group of people does do something like this, it really brings us all down. So it's just another hit, really, and it's terrible. It's just really terrible.
Yes, exactly. It's basically disgusting. Yeah. Can you play this? I want you to play this clip. It's not about the racist part. Like I said, this is more about how the business, like the entertainment business works, and how and just a little bit about how it's become so popular so fast.
Okay. Play this.
The Rolling Stone article then Ireland together. Greg Solano also attended university
right after this.
Go on to get his MFA at University of to 1998.
Yeah, right after
when
this,
the
right
story
here.
was
Good.
featured in the credits of Neil Strauss's biography on Marilyn Manson. One of the most mind-boggling parts to this ongoing story is celebrity endorsement. Everywhere you look, a new celebrity flaunts their hideous Nazi propaganda. I wouldn't expect them to know any better, but there's something going on underneath the surface. I know most celebrities are denser than a cement block, but you can't convince me they would all spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on these JPEGs just because of hype culture. So what's actually going on? In a Twitter Spaces video, Ben Baller, a celebrity jeweler, describes the process of receiving a Bored Ape.
He's big in crypto too.
Not once, not twice, 3 times I've been offered a Bored Ape through MoonPay. I had Adidas hit me up, my DMs, on Instagram, like, hey man, you want to co-host the space with us, blah, blah, whatever. Oh, do you own a Bored Ape? No, I fucking don't. Hit me up. And it's just, I don't know what it was, but the fact that some of these super top tier all-star NBA players had them, and I was like, yo, this is all cap. I mean, there's an NDA, they try to send my agent and shit too, I was like,
there's definitely NDAs and everything there, but I'm positive there's, some.
No, what I'm saying is for me, if I was to accept,
they wanted you to not
celebrity
disclose that they wanted you to not disclose that they had purchased the ape for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure.
They wanted to seem like you bought it for yourself because you liked it.
Which you know what the craziest thing about that is that a lot of celebrities who are going into this, they're probably just stoked to get the ape, and they don't even realize a lot of them probably don't consult their legal and shit like that beforehand.
Yeah.
But they're actually asking you to commit fraud on their behalf.
That's right. MoonPay has celebrities sign NDAs or non-disclosure agreement contracts revealing how they received the ape.
I just got my first NFT.
Oh, you did? What was it?
Through MoonPay.
Okay.
MoonPay, which is I'm figuring I did my homework.
Okay.
MoonPay was like PayPal but for crypto.
In fact, the celebrities aren't even buying them, and they're lying through their teeth about why they bought them, all while committing fraud on MoonPay's behalf. Receiving a Bored Ape as an endorsement and not explicitly stating that you were compensated violates the Federal Trade Commission's laws. So next time you see a celebrity show off their Bored Ape, you can see who's a puppet taking advantage of their audience, all while unknowingly contributing to an apocalyptic political ideology.
So, again, I mean, the way that the celebrity game is and endorsements are is pretty standard. You can pay me to endorse a product for you, but obviously there are laws around, you need to be explicit to let us know if this is something that you are being paid for, or you are just promoting because you love it and like it. And so, that's kind of like how the game works. But it's just like, why are so many, if you were wondering, like, why are so many Black celebrities into this ape, that type of thing. So now, basically a lot of people are getting gifted these apes. And so, I would say, like, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if I was gifted an ape or if I bought an ape, I would be selling one right now, because the way we're talking about it and the way this documentary is spreading, I can see that floor price is going to drop. We shall see, because they have a lot of powerful people, or people that are well connected, I should say, that are supporting their project, and they're going to try to, keep it up, disassociate themselves, or try their way to they're going to deny that they are really a part of that, and then they're going to try to get people involved to kind of keep, to continue pushing it as something that it might not be. So anyway, we shall see. We shall see what the future holds.
Let's jump into the comments. I see some people
Okay, good, please.
So apparently Yuga Labs filed a lawsuit against the guy who made the claim and the person who made the video on YouTube. That the YouTube video we just showed you has over 1 million views. And that video, you cannot search for it. If you search for it, it's like the 6th or 10th video down, which is odd. But there was Saint Chocolate said, so they filed a lawsuit against RRBAC on Friday based on what's public knowledge. RR, this guy says RR is in the wrong. That said, I would like to see this go to trial. That would be very interesting. Also to learn the machine. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this
How
one.
can you prove? How can you prove that? I mean, how can you prove that it's racist? I mean, like, people get fired for wearing dreads. Like, can they prove that? I mean, it's really difficult. I mean, I'm just, it's not about, to me. Yeah, go ahead, take them to court. I get it. If you're another creator and you don't want somebody to just slander you, but like, I don't know. To me, it's pretty obvious. If you're a Black person, you already know, like, when somebody is being racist, and you could probably meet the founders and get an understanding or an idea. You can go on and to see what kind of comments they've left in the past, to see like what you think about them. So that's my thoughts. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Buckhead's Finest said, I understand smart contracts, but haven't found much info on NFTs backed by Bitcoin. Are y'all aware of successful Bitcoin-based NFT projects? So yeah,
that's what we
talk about every week. No worries. So Buckhead Finest, definitely. So definitely go to @Stacks on Twitter and join the Discord, the official Stacks Discord. You can also go to stacks.org or stacks.co, and it will basically give you a rundown of what Stacks is, the platforms built on Stacks, the NFTs, GFI, and the other, like you have Lightning Swap where you can swap Stacks to Bitcoin. So they have some really cool stuff. So it's not just NFTs. If you trade NFTs, you could use Lightning Swap to quickly get Bitcoin and just lock it away in a ledger, Trezor. So definitely check that out. There are some resources out there. So we'll make sure to pin them in the comment section, and we'll have that for you.
And if you go to Critically Crypto's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you will hear us talk about Stacks NFTs, which are using the Clarity smart contracts, because all NFTs on Stacks all have to be coded with Clarity.
Yep. We have a lot of comments. Ooh, Landon DePaul says it's harder to code Bitcoin versus ETH. Learning ETH gives you access to all the other EVM compatible chains. ERC 720, 1155 are already solved problem. Like Crypto Beijing and I said, Bitcoin has never been hacked, right? So you have Bitcoin that's existed for over 13 years. Has been undefeatable. I would build on Bitcoin. Ethereum has had issues. I mean, look at the other side detail. It was a catastrophe. So I would say building on Bitcoin is going to be here for the next 10 years, the next 20 to 100 years, in my opinion, which may sound like a bit of a stretch, but building on Bitcoin is key. I think a lot of people underestimate it, but that's where it's at, in my opinion.
That's where it's at. That's what is going on internationally as more countries are accepting Bitcoin, using it as legal tender. So it's like, it just makes sense to learn, even if you feel like you need to learn Ethereum smart contracts as well. If you are someone that wants to build, I mean, it's a 6-week free course. So might as well be, and there's not a lot of people that know the language as well. So you would be highly in demand, and you don't have to just learn. You don't have to just learn Clarity. You could learn other languages as well.
Yes. So just to speed through some other comments. Landon DuPaul said, "Not me, LOL. If Web 5 is a success, more people will start using Bitcoin to code on top of, but not how it is now." Again, just look into Stacks and you'll definitely find the answers you're looking for. Kid Gray Bow 1. I bought Operation Doomsday when it first dropped. Cool. That's cool. Skipping down. Satoshi Gang said calling the founders racist is a stretch. And of course, these are just our observations and our opinions by watching and seeing how everything unfolds. So
you should watch the documentary and come to your own conclusion.
Definitely, if you have, because a lot of people are saying that, but they haven't watched the documentary. So please watch the documentary. And of course, what we may think and what you may think is not going to always align. So just keep in mind that there are some things in that video that are re-evolving themes. So just make sure you do your research and of course, come to your own conclusion. Don't just take what we say, because you're your own person at the end of the day.
Yes, which is why we're telling you about it, so that you can go and do your own research.
Yes. Let's answer this one last question. Stream Element says, spank them likes. Yes, guys, like the video, subscribe, please. Let me share my screen again. And we're going to cover this really cool collaboration between Cristiano Ronaldo and Binance. So let me know if you guys can hear this.
I'm delighted to announce my partnership with Binance. Together, we are going to change NFT game and take football to the next level. And this is just the beginning.
That is cool. That is cool. Okay, I think that's pretty rad. I mean, he's one of many, but he's renowned. Cristiano Ronaldo, he is a staple name. I think the fact that, and it's not just him, but there's been a lot of celebrities, high-known celebrities, high-ranking celebrities who are making NFTs, who are partnering with major exchanges. So this is definitely the future, guys. These celebrities, they're smart. They're cutting out their third parties. They're working with exchanges to be paid directly. They're making their NFTs for their fans to support them. And again, if you guys are just, now listening to us, NFTs, every time an NFT sells or switches hands, the royalty rewards the artist, or in this case, Cristiano. So I think it's brilliant. If from now on, if he sells a game and he has a special NFT for that game, it's going to be really profitable for him in the long term. I think it's going to be great. Crypto BJ, what do you think?
I'm up in the air. I mean, I don't have any issue with him. I'm just kind of like partnering with Binance. I'm still like, is Binance going to be like a major player? Are they going to be around? I mean, they've been a lot of people have, what do I want to say? They tried to shut them down multiple times in a lot of different countries, and they are still around. So I'm just kind of keeping my eye out to see, like, all right, are they going to be able to stand, the test of time? So we'll see.
That's true. Hopefully he gets paid fast in Bitcoin and transfers it all to cold storage and keeps it moving. They shut down, that's on them. He gets his payment regardless. But I think it's really cool. It's definitely showing it's really creating a mainstream adoption for NFTs. A lot of people still don't like NFTs. A lot of people are like anti-NFT, and it's really more like it's not what people think it is. You can tell that people do need to do a little more research and to understand like what utility is and how NFTs can really help, artists, photographers, and other athletes really get their wealth. Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to just like a refresher for folks. Like, this is the first time in history that a creator is connected to their creations financially in perpetuity. That's what makes NFTs revolutionary, okay? Because before, a creator was only attached to their creation that one sale, that first sale, and then they would no longer reap the financial benefits of their creation. Whereas now with NFTs, they can be paid in perpetuity, which means that their family, if they create something really amazing that is valuable, people will continue to reap the benefits. And that really affects our community of Black and Brown people, because we create a lot of shit. And we are like, I'm thinking about the guy who created the Super Soaker. He like just recently, like within the last 15 years, was rewarded for creating that. And so now we don't have to, this technology allows that not to happen anymore, where someone creates something, they NFT it, and they are compensated appropriately for their mass success. If that is what happens, and that is the most important part, that you can get sidetracked with all this other stuff. That's the most important part.
I agree. I think that for the first time, people who, especially like writers, artists, photographers, they get taken advantage of because they're not business people. They're good at their craft. So because they're good at their craft, they don't really realize that the people writing them the contract for them to sign, they don't see what's in the best interest for that person. So this really does change everything for everyone. I know writers, I know photographers who are like, this helps. I mean, we have a Stacks Photography Guild, and they spend, a lot of these photographers, they travel hours just to get the perfect shot. and to sign a terrible contract that really ruins it for them. It makes what they do terrible, and they end up hating what they love, which is really sad. So this really does change everything. And the wealth does last longer because it's not just a sum of money. Like every time the NFT changes hands, you get a royalty fee. So that's guaranteed in the contract. So that is amazing. Crypto BJ, what do you think of Coinbase? Now let's move on to Coinbase.
I don't know what to think about Coinbase. Okay, what are we talking about with Coinbase? Okay.
Yes. They're going around, this was a Dutch an email sent, but from what I've heard in the Discord streets, people in the UK, people in France, people from the States, in Canada, they're getting these emails. So what does it look like, guys? So this is the post. Coinbase will introduce some changes required by local regulations. So
I got that email.
Oh, okay. You see? So starting on June 27th, Coinbase will introduce some changes required by local regulations. Specifically, when you send crypto outside of Coinbase, we are required to ask for the name and physical address of the recipient and the purpose of the transfer. So if you want to send something, you have to tell them, hey, I want to send my money this place. Please let me send my money somewhere. That doesn't sound good to me. It doesn't sound good to me at all.
It's just centralization, basically. And the whole reason why we have this show, why we have this channel, is because we're trying to get to a decentralized world. So this defeats the purpose. You might as well just send it to them on Zelle.
Yeah. It's funny because it says in certain cases, we may require you to link a Coinbase wallet to your main Coinbase account, because apparently they're shutting down Coinbase Pro. You won't be able to use that very soon. So you have to send that to your main Coinbase account in order to send crypto assets off the Coinbase platform. So this will allow Coinbase to verify that you control the Coinbase wallet that's receiving crypto assets, which is under a requirement under Dutch regulations, but it's a global thing. And apparently they're also saying you have to send them your seed phrase so they can monitor your activity too. So you don't have control over your wallet. Coinbase is really telling you guys like, hey, this is our thing. Whatever you have is ours. This is really sad. And I think that people really need to stop using Coinbase. I'm definitely not going to use Coinbase.
To use it ever. And they have NFTs now. So it's not just about the money. So they also have NFTs. And a lot of people want to use their NFT platform to buy and sell NFTs. And they're going to require the same things, because those same things for the NFTs. And it's just like, you guys.
Yeah.
This defeats the whole purpose. This defeats the whole purpose of what we're even doing here.
Yeah. And like they said earlier this year, if they go bankrupt, whatever on the exchange is what they're going to liquidate. So having your assets on Coinbase is not good. But again, Bitcoin has said a gazillion times, not your keys.
Not your keys.
No keys. Exactly. So don't hold yourself on exchanges, guys. It's a major risk. You see all these platforms having issues, Celsius, Voyager, Crypto.com. Let's leave these exchanges in 2022.
And where do you go? You go to a self-custodial wallet, okay? A wallet where no one has access to it but you.
Yeah, get a ledger. If you even need to use Cash App to buy your Bitcoin, and then once you get to a certain amount, you can just withdraw it very quickly to your ledger. I would say that's a great option. That's something to do. Let's move on. Let's talk about Senator Cynthia Lummis. So what is she doing? So basically, Cynthia Lummis and Senator Gillibrand, they're coming up with a Responsible Financial Innovation Act. So the digital asset industry was built by individuals and will continue to be sustained by individuals. That's why the senators want to input from the grassroots. So if you have constructive thoughts on their legislation, make your voice heard on the GitHub for the act. What do you think about this? This is different. I love it.
You tell us your thoughts first.
I think it's really cool that they're using GitHub, because every developer for any NFT project or for anything that's being built, they use GitHub to show the processes, to simplify it down for anyone to see, and anyone can basically comment and, hey, can you explain this more? Can you show it this more? or can you make it more simple, or can you change this element? This is like, this is awesome. Like they're actually taking decentralization to its core, really. They want the people who are building, who are using the product, who are using the blockchains to tell them, hey, what do you want to see? What do you not want to see? And a lot of times we don't see our voices being heard. We don't see people from the Web3 community, from, you know, people who build on Bitcoin, people who dollar cost average or save into Bitcoin. We don't see their voices being uplifted or heard. And I feel like this really does help.
For sure. And it's so funny because I always call them GitHub. So it's just funny anyway. But you know, this is really interesting. So we shall see what happens with it. Yeah.
I want to see what I want to see if this is what they're going to start doing for a lot of other bills and things, because a lot of companies want to build with, you know, in the digital asset space, but they're not given any idea from the SEC. They're not given any real information. And once they are actually successful, then, you know, the government may come and be like, hey, you did this wrong, but it's like there's no common sense guidelines. So I think this is a good start.
Good start for the regulators.
That's true. That's another thing. The regulators. Yep.
Is this the Solana phone?
Yes. So this has been iffy to a lot of people. Solana Mobile. I was actually listening to the game. We have friends over there, Michelle.url and Creole.btc. They were like, can they fix the blockchain first?
Which is funny.
So guys, this is what that looks like. Yes.
I feel like this is
go ahead.
Solana's way of doing what Coinbase is doing, because basically it's like, how can we track more about what you're doing and where you're going, and the people who support Solana, like how can we know everything that you're doing, because everything is in your phone basically. And to me, this is just, Solana is already centralized. So this is just more centralization, which is just an expansion of the old world order, basically. So,
yeah. And Solana breaks down like every month. So it's like, so that comment, can they fix the blockchain first, is very valid, because certain things do need to change before they can introduce this. But I think this is a good start. You know, we do need to start somewhere. I think it's interesting having a phone with like decentralized applications on it. It does change the way we interact, but you know, we'll see how this, you know, unfolds in time. But let's hear from the Solana Labs.
Wait. Introducing Saga, a flagship Android phone running the Solana mobile stack. And it's here, right here in my hand.
Wow.
It has all the Google services you expect, a bunch of privacy features, obviously Solana mobile stack, Seed Vault, mobile adapter, Solana Pay, world's first open app store, secure elements.
Solana Pay.
This device is built by a legendary team. Awesome. It's led by Jason Keats, the architect of the iPad Pro. It's a beautiful device. Machine precision steel finish. It's awesome to hold in your hand. I'm just delighted to have it. It's got ridiculous fat.
Yeah, so you can see the display, the storage, the RAM. So they're going to integrate a lot of different components into this. And the head of this is goes by SMS Austin. He's the head of communications at Solana and founder. So he's leading this charge. And he has this really cool thread. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, you're going to go into the thread. I was just going to say they better market this to people who are crypto new. I was even gonna say crypto curious. I was gonna say crypto new, because I couldn't even get my friends to download the apps for the different conferences because they don't want them to track their information. Which the apps for the conferences does have some really valuable tools on there. But people are like, I don't want to download that app. So trying to talk to a whole bunch of crypto native people into buying a crypto phone, I don't think that's gonna work. But maybe they have a different target audience.
That's true. And everybody has at least 1 or 2 VPNs on their phone when they're at even these crypto events. Most people have their VPNs turned on or their phones turned off. They may turn their phone on to screenshot your Twitter profile if there's no connection. But again, that's a great point. That's a great point. Let's jump into this Vanity Fair article.
Yes. Let's jump into this one.
Yes.
Okay. So Jay-Z, who I'm a big fan of and I love dearly because I'm from Brooklyn and he means a lot to me, decided to partner and create this Bitcoin Academy in conjunction with the Black Bitcoin billionaires. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with that group, but that group got really popular on a Clubhouse. And Bitcoin Zay is a part of Black Bitcoin billionaire Naja Roberts, and there's one other person that is really popular. Yes, Lamar Wilson. Yes, exactly. Okay, so they partner, and this is also in partnership with Jack Dorsey, right? Yes. Okay, so Bitcoin. So it was a few weeks ago. It was a big announcement that they had all partnered, and they were going to provide Bitcoin education to people in Marcy projects. And apparently, it's not going that well. And so we're going to read a little bit from the article. Musician and mogul Jay-Z has talked about his roots and Marcy projects, and in an effort to give back, he initiated a program exclusive to approximately 2,300 residents in the New York City Housing Authority apartments in Bed-Stuy. The Bitcoin Academy agenda, according to his website, is to provide education, empower the community with knowledge, and get rid of some of the barriers so that residents can learn about Bitcoin specifically and finance in general. And then it says the timing could not be worse, with Bitcoin suffering a record-breaking rout. I think this is route. Yeah, the cryptocurrency has dropped from a value of nearly 51,000 6 months ago to 18,000 today at the time of this article. Other currencies like Ethereum are also suffering because obviously all tides rise and fall with Bitcoin. And so actually the point is, let's read a little bit more before I start giving my own commentary. As The Guardian reports, that message has seemingly gotten through to would-be attendees at the Bitcoin Academy. People don't want to be investing money knowing that they might have a chance of losing it, says a 50-year-old retiree. Every time I they had to write it the way she said it. Every time I got to go to rent, phone, TV, and internet, I don't have money like that to be losing. If I did, I would try to invest in something that's more reliable, like the baseball game last night. I'm going to win something from that. What is the Boondocks has like ghetto eyewitness person or something like that? It's like, there's the way that they're framing the story and like the person's quote that they use, it just makes it look terrible. Anyway, let me finish reading. The Academy will reportedly give students a small amount of cryptocurrency, between $20 and $25 upon the completion of the course, to start making trades. But the program, co-sponsored by Jack Dorsey, doesn't seem to be creating much enthusiasm. A 24-year-old resident named Naija says, if you want to do something, fix this place up, she added. We have a basketball court with no hoops. Our parks are broken up in here. He should be doing more for his community, not no Bitcoin Academy. All right, I'm going to stop there. All right, so this is really important. For my Black and brown people that are watching this show or who will watch this show, I need you to like and share. Okay, I need you to like and share this channel. I need you to like and share this episode. I need Black and brown people, indigenous people to understand that Bitcoin is important. It's changing the world. It's going to change our lives. And this is an opportunity for you to create wealth in the future. And even though you don't see it now, it is really important for you to understand it. And you need to watch every episode on this channel so that you can learn what this webevolution is, what the webevolution is all about. Yeah, I get it. There's a lot of people who are impoverished that don't really understand finances, that don't really understand crypto, Web3, Bitcoin, none of it. And all they can think about is their survival. All they can think about is if there's food in their house, if they are paying their rent, if their children are relatively safe. And so like, I hate that article. Basically, I hate that article. And it later shows like how the project is being promoted. So I think when people say like, I hear so many times in all these conferences, it's all about education. It's all about education. And we need to educate people. But like, you have to meet people where they are.
Exactly.
And you have to meet people where they are. And like, you know, I sat down in the Stacks workshop, and you know, it was a great workshop, but it was not created for people that look like me. You know, it's very cut and dry information, and to be able to teach young people of color, there needs to be vibrancy, there needs to be color, there needs to be a yes, there needs to be a hell no, and there needs to be just very practical, not just practical, but there has to be a vibe in teaching. And I think that a lot of our great Black educators know this, and they incorporate that into their learning styles so that they get young people's attention. And so saying, hey guys, we're doing the Bitcoin Academy, you should join, is not enough to get people interested. You have to tell them, you have to sit down with them and walk them through it, because a lot of people of color, they don't understand digital assets. They don't understand anything that you can't touch. They don't understand if it's not money or land. If they can't see the land, if they can't touch the money, they are like, it's a scam, right? So, and these are people that have invested. What I'm saying is, that is a perspective of people who have even invested in stocks and bonds and have traded, and they still feel that way about crypto. And so anyway, my point is this is really a collective effort that we need to do. And if you're an ally, it's something that if you know people of color and you feel like you can break it down for them and educate them and help them to understand in a way that is they can be receptive and excited about it, please do your part, because this is not about it's not really a color thing. It's a class thing. It's a class thing.
I definitely want to add to that. I keep moving around. I'm sorry. I definitely want to add to that. So I definitely agree that people of color definitely need to jump on the bandwagon. But again, like we said, that's through education. That's through meeting people where they are, because that's the best way to educate people. There are so many people who are impoverished, especially in the United States. Believe it or not, it may be a first world country, but there are a lot of people who are disadvantaged, who are in low income neighborhoods, who really do need Bitcoin. And a lot of these programs, sometimes, like you said, we need to meet people where they are. When it comes to Black and brown communities, definitely, the churches are where a lot of the Black and brown community resides. So there should be some kind of integration with that. Just like in other communities where people need Bitcoin. People, regardless of who you are, where you are, your age, your race, your economic status, you need Bitcoin. And that article, that lady Myra, she says that I don't have extra money for Bitcoin. Well, there are ways like the Fold card, shout out to the Jump Out girls, they always talk about how you can get Bitcoin back on all your daily purchases. You can get a full debit card like you would any other debit card. And every purchase you get back Satoshi. So you get rewarded for paying your light bill, paying your mortgage, getting groceries. Like this is possible. But unfortunately, like people say certain things, but it's not their fault. They don't know because there's not enough education. So schools, high school scholarships, like every high school student in America needs scholarships to go to college. So there should be Bitcoin scholarships. There should be, Jack Dorsey's having these programs. I'm really interested to see like what, Jack Dorsey, Black Bitcoin billionaires, Jay-Z, I would really love to see what their, where these programs are going to be held. I think having them in different environments is the best thing for everybody. And it really takes a lot of research to see like what demographic for where would benefit most, whether it's, the church, basketball courts, high schools, art centers, performing art places, clubs, and, just high school sports programs. These are great ways to get people involved. But again, people need to know what Bitcoin is and how they can go about it, because dollar cost averaging is just the start of it. You can get debit cards, you can reward yourself, you can get Lolly or Fold and get Bitcoin every day just for free. So there definitely is not enough education for all around.
For sure. And teaching someone Bitcoin that doesn't understand money is just...
And that's the thing, because Bitcoin is hard money and people don't even know what money is. So once you talk about Bitcoin, you explain the problem of inflation, then you start getting into the nitty gritty of it. Because when we talk about Bitcoin fixes everything, okay, well, what is Bitcoin? Okay, Bitcoin is money. Okay, what is money? Money, hard money is a medium of exchange, it's a unit of account. I'm forgetting the last one, medium of exchange, unit of account, and a store of value. What are those? It starts opening the conversation to understand what really all this stuff means. So we really do need that, because a lot of teachers don't get paid what they deserve, and they don't have the best financial situation. So how is somebody who doesn't have a good financial situation going to teach finance? They're not. So again, this stuff we need to dive into, is we got to educate. And that's why, we're here. That's why, Crypto BJ and I are here. That's why, Bitcoin's A, King Bless, Jump Out Girls, Simon Family Ventures. That's why we're all here. We can educate people, because that's the biggest barrier to entry. People legitimately do not know where to begin with Bitcoin.
And you can, I'm college educated. I did really well at comprehension and reading, but like sitting and listening to Vitalik Buterin talk about high level, like stuff that's going on is like, what? I mean, if I sit and really focus, I'll understand what's going on, but that is not how you're going to reach people of color. Like, you're just not going to reach them. People talking over that happens a lot, because you're talking with a lot of people that are tech experts, right? And they talk over people and they like to use their own lingo. And so we need translators. We need translators for our community. And that's how we just need translators and people who know how we learn and what works best for us. And so this is a call to anyone and everyone to share this information, to also like join us in teaching other people about why this is changing the world. Like, Bitcoin is revolutionizing the world because it's creating financial freedom for everyday people. It's also creating financial freedom for third world countries who are not world powers, okay? And as they, just like you and I, as they continue to stack their sats, right, they're going to be able to pay off, pay off their loans, like, for example, Haiti, right? Haiti owns a lot of money to France. Right now, and basically based on the value of Haitian money, they would never be able to pay it off. Right. But if Haiti started to stack their sats, one day they would actually be able to pay off France and then no longer be under their whatever it is that they're under, this locking chain that they're under with them. And so that changes the future for Haiti forever, just like it can change our lives. And so, not to discount, I know we normally are talking about NFTs, but like our goal is to like flip NFTs, be a part of some great communities, but also to stack our sats as well, because we want that financial freedom for the long term. So I'm not bashing Ethereum because, you know, I made some money with Ethereum. But for the long term, Ethereum still has to prove to me that this is something that I need to be storing my dollars in Ethereum, or, you know, I'm storing my Ethereum for the long term. And they haven't proved that to me yet. And so if you have more comments, please drop them in the chat.
We should talk about, you brought up a good point with third world countries. Look at El Salvador. They've adopted a Bitcoin standard, and many more countries will. I think we've talked on this channel about Confessions of an Economic Hitman by John Perkins, which he goes into detail about how, you know, certain first world countries will go into destabilized countries, if you will, and they will take advantage of the poverty and, you know, the crime, and they will, you know, they'll put them into debt. And that's basically slavery to, you know, South American countries, Caribbean countries, African countries, Central American countries. So again, Bitcoin is for everyone. Bitcoin is going to help a lot of people wherever you are get out of the rut and the problems that, you know, their countries are put into.
And it's going to shake up world politics like a mofo. It's
definitely going to. I mean, the IMF, Jack Mallard spoke with the IMF, and the IMF is scared. They're scared. So, you know, we're starting to see stuff change. So that is very interesting. Well, that's just our 2 cents. Let's jump into that to chat, like we mentioned before. Oh, Jay Shay, she sent us $2 in a super chat. Long live Black beauty and brilliance in crypto. Thank you. It's so sweet.
Thank you.
Life Hunt Game. Oh snap! Didn't know it did all that. LOL. I was always on the way. I don't know what that's in reference to. Nerd Up Inc.
Maybe the phone.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Even if they fail, it's good for the space. It is good for the space if they fail, because now somebody else can come in, rebuild it, redesign it, and build it to what it needs to be. I mean, I'm sure the Stacks will make something for Bitcoin, so we'll see what happens. You know,
that would be amazing.
And Jay Everything says rather buy Hex, I guess, instead of Bitcoin.
You know what's so funny? I meant to mention, so Balmain decided to get into the space this week, which is a high-end fashion company. And they have an NFT partnership. Sorry, I don't have the article up for you guys, but they're putting it on XRP's blockchain. So I thought that was interesting, that they wanted to kind of like take a gamble with XRP. But I know we have a lot of people a part of the XRP army, and maybe you guys are going to tell us about more XRP NFTs. So, you know, let us know as we continue to move on. I know that's created a little splash for news for the XRP blockchain.
We have a couple last comments here. ETH has outperformed Bitcoin in my eyes, but I'm here to learn with you guys. Yeah, you know, there are a lot of new things that happen every day. So, you know, just keep your eyes open and, you know, be ready to learn. Learning new things is the best way to educate yourself.
That's Kaylee's response. My response is how. I mean, Bitcoin has started from less than 9 cents, 9 cents a coin, and it's gone all the way up to $66,000 in its high. And Ethereum has not even hit $10,000 yet. So
yeah,
I'm just asking.
ETH's not going to make, in my opinion, ETH is not going to make it. I think Bitcoin is the best bet. I mean, we've been here 13 plus years, and I think Bitcoin has spoken.
So that person was saying that in your eyes, so maybe it's like, because based on when you invested, you were able to make more money with ETH. But the whole point is Bitcoin is scarce. It's only ever going to be 21 million Bitcoin, right? So there's going to be a point in time where you're not going to be able to get Bitcoin anymore, and you're going to wish you had. So I never tell anyone to, this is not financial advice, but if you're interested in, do both. Do both.
Yeah.
If you like where Ethereum is going, do both, which is cool too.
Some people still go by the 60-40 portfolio, which is dead in my opinion. Where you have one asset 60%, the other is 40. So some people have Bitcoin 60, Ethereum 40. So yeah, I mean, diversify if Ethereum really is where you want it to be, and then compare it. Like right now, where is ETH compared to Bitcoin? Yeah, Bitcoin was at 69K, but it's holding steady at 20,000, and we're a few years away from the Bitcoin halving, and we know what happens when the Bitcoin halving comes. Bitcoin rises substantially. So again, think of these things and do your own research. Yeah, but I think that's the last comment today. So yeah, guys, this was an awesome show. Thank you for sticking around with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I hope you got a lot out of it. We talked a lot today about a lot of different things. And so again, hope you got a lot of value out of it. And so until next time, I'm Crypto Bay J. You can find me at Crypto Bay, the letter J. And my lovely co-host is.
Hey guys, you can follow me on I am KAYLEE BTC. I am Kaylee BTC on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. So thank you guys again for staying with us today. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week.
Until next time, keep your ears to the crypto streets.
Bye guys.
Bye.
One second. One second, guys. I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties. 1 second.
Let me see if I can shout out some more events that I went to. Let's shout out the Audacity event, Afropolitan. They partnered with Afrochella, Royals NFT to create like a really dope Afrobeats kind of party with a little NFT gallery, which was really, really dope. So I want to shout them out. Want to shout them out. Well,